Here we go, Nordy. How are you, buddy?
I'm good.
I think you're good. We're not sure that you are. We're not 100% sure.
That music's loud on my end, though.
Is it too loud? Okay. Let me just take it out, and that way it'll just be on my end. We're just working some things out here.
Oh, boy.
You okay, buddy? For everybody jumping in, what's up, y'all? JoJo, let's go. Sins51 says,
Hi guys. Hi guys.
What was that?
you didn't like that?
Hi guys.
What up, Draven? Let's go. Katrin, welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Getting everything started. We're going to let Bobby and Smitty join in with us. We got a big special guest tonight. Of course, you can see that on the screen. Big Sexy Trucker, what's up, guys? Trey, oh, hey. Ray, it's not Ray. Aaron, JoJo, love us some broccoli. Well, we got broccoli officially in here. Stay dry, Nordy. USMC says stay dry. First time chatter. Nordy is under a tornado warning, I believe. You may hear the sirens in the background, but you never can tell when Nordy. Welcome in, y'all. What's up? What's up? Bird's Beat, first time chatter. Hello.
Bird.
I see you, buddy. Draven says Bert. Nordy looking sexy. Horns or halos? I hear them all the time. Richard Ballman says Johnny Smokes. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How's everybody doing tonight? Zach Thunder says Bobby Raid. I see y'all coming in here like that. I see y'all coming in here like that. Come on with it. Appreciate y'all. Speedy Jenkins, Roy coming in here with one community gifted sub. Thank you, Roy. Speedy Jenkins resubscribed for 1 month. Bernie resubscribed for 1 month. We got a hype train going. Bobby Ray Gray with a raid. Hopefully he's coming in here pretty quick. Thank you, Bobby. We appreciate that, brother. The Chef Boyardee resubscribed for 1 month. The Mad Hattie, thank you, resubscribed 4 months. Let's go. Says Chef Boyardee. Same thing with Mad Hattie. With that 4 months, we got the level 2 hype train going, man. We can't. Come on, turn it up. Nordy's in here. Dex loves KJ. Hashtag Dex loves KJ. My goodness. Pew pew. With the 100 biddies. Come on with it. Come on with it. First time getting to watch C-Dom. Thank you for coming in. Smitty Raid. We got y'all. We got y'all. Twin Bean resubscribed for 1 month. Toe to toe resubscribed again. Let's go. Both of them for 4 months. Woo. I love it. Gosh, I love it. Got to turn my headphones up, Nordy, so I can hear what's going on. Trouble 610 coming in. Subscribe for tier 1. Thank you for the 4 months. You've been here with us for 4 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fire Chaser says, first time being here. Welcome in, all you first time people. This is a regular thing now, y'all. This ain't something that's going away. We're going to be here every Tuesday night. I love it. Sir Slayer says, I'm pissed. Nordy, how's that computer, brother?
I think it's going good.
Brother, I seriously hear the siren. Are you good?
I know.
Y'all, Nordy's got the tornado sirens going on.
I'm watching.
So if Nordy belts out of here, that siren is playing in his background.
It is coming right this way. So
Fire Chaser says, what up, brother? Elisa says, Smokes, are you ever going to stream? Listen, we're working on it. We got some things to figure out. We want to crank this podcast up, though. Get it a weekly thing going first. What up, boys? Callie says, duck and cover, Nordy. It'd be like we used to do in grade school. Now they don't send the kids to school, right? Or at least where I'm from. Be like, no, school's canceled. We got bad weather coming through. When I was in school, and you probably remember this when you were a little kid, is sitting in the hall, tucking, putting that book over your head.
Yep. We make the inmates do it at work.
Somebody says, wait, where's Nordy located? Because I'm driving that direction. Golly, Texas. Listen, Nordy's a long way from you. Nordy is a long way from you. Cotton, thank you for that, man. Appreciate that. Yes, sir. You're under arrest. I used that last night. We, I think Smitty was there even when I said it. Trash Panda. Look, I got your hat on. What fire? Somebody fill me in. It's not a fire. I think maybe I'm reading something wrong. Nordy's under tornado warning. But Trash Panda, I got you. Trash Panda. The case is we are here and we are pissed. Yeah, FFC says you sucked it up and prayed back then. That's exactly what we did. We sucked it up and prayed, man. We were kids. We didn't know what to do. Nordy, I'm gonna turn you up a little bit. Let's see if we can get y'all a little bit louder. I know I'm loud. Chaotic says, Johnny, push my transfer through. Brother, listen. Johnny Smokes is a sergeant. You need to be talking to some command guys.
Guys, my computer didn't actually start on fire. It was just overheating, I think.
Oh, okay. Nordy's
that's what they're talking
Nordy's computer caught on fire. Oh, no. It just shut down on him.
I'd be pissed.
Oh, me. I have nightmares about tornadoes. Pretty nerdy chick. Yeah, my family has been through some crazy stuff with some tornadoes, so I can definitely relate with that. Bobby don't have them tornadoes up where he's at. Oh. E. Strauss says, I currently live out in the country in Oklahoma. Well, then you know about them tornadoes. Dirt Racing says, turn Nordy up some more. I'm working on it, man. Nordy's just quiet in general. Nordy, turn your mic up, buddy.
It's like all the way up.
Okay. We'll adjust you to go up a little bit more. My mic's just super loud, so they're probably like hearing me. I can turn myself down and maybe can turn you. Talk to me, Nordy.
What do you mean?
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you.
There we go.
I'm talking to you, Johnny.
Right, hold on. I'm getting you turned up.
What's
hold
Bobby?
On,
where's Bobby?
His camera don't work.
What'd you say?
Hey,
there you are.
I had to add another camera. My virtual camera wasn't working for some reason.
Oh, that's funny. Trash Panda says he's using an intercom mic from the old jail. That's why it sucks. That is not from the jail. That's a good mic, y'all. Nordy, talk to me now. I think you're loud. I think I got you. He ain't gonna.
I'd like to
Bobby,
see
talk to me.
More of Nordy, less love seat.
He's never gonna do that, man.
That's a good love seat.
You're never gonna get that camera down on him.
I put it in between my two monitors now.
Why are you so far off to the one side of?
It's because my camera. I'm sitting here. My camera's over here. It's in between my monitors. Like,
can y'all hear them better now? Can y'all hear them better?
Turn?
It will, but then you see the kitchen and
Bama Girl says much better.
I could go like this.
K-High,
there you go.
But then
here's the thing, K-High. I didn't have my radar on. You caught me with my radar not on, but I did have you running through red light. But I didn't tow it. We let it go. Bird's Beat coming in, y'all. Bird's Beat with Tim Bomb. Let me get caught up with some of this. Toe to Toe resubscribed for 1 month, a total of 4. Thank y'all for coming in and keeping those 4 months with us. Trouble 610 resubscribed for 1 month. Seawall coming in with a resubscription, 4 months already. Let's go. Hey, Seawall, guess what? We're just getting started. Bird's Beat again with a Tim Bomb. Level 4 hype train. Let's keep this thing rolling. Smitty's having camera issues probably too, I guess. Bullman, thank you for them 100 bits. Thank y'all for coming in. Keeps this thing rolling, keeps this podcast moving along. We can't thank you enough for that. When I get the feeling Smitty is going to be in divorce court again with KJ, y'all, we're going to have to get into some of that. Bobby, listen.
About to find out.
You're going to have to come in. You're going to have to come in strong. Listen, before Smitty gets in here, y'all, we're going to have to let him have it. We're going to have to put him on the witness stand tonight. Bob Brown, what up? Thank you for the 2 gifted. Thank you for that, man. That's supporting this page. It's letting people keep an eye on the channel. Thank y'all. We appreciate that. Tornado came through my town in 2021, destroyed our little town, man. We had the same thing, hey, Posey. We've had the same thing nearby.
Speaking of tornadoes, how come every time we have
I
this
come in the
podcast-
kitchen. You in the kitchen.
What?
Go ahead, Norty. How come every time we have this podcast? There he is, Smitty.
It seems like every time we have this podcast, there's a tornado somewhere.
That's true. Hey, is it just me or does Norty's camera like look like more colorful? Is it the lights in the background?
Yeah, it's the lights in the background.
Norty, your camera looks good, dude.
We're almost gonna. If he turns the camera just a little bit more, we can watch the window and maybe see
Smitty,
the
we're gonna work
tornado
on
coming.
we're gonna work on your lights.
Yeah, I don't like.
we
the way
need
I look
some
right
we need
now.
some yellow. We need some yellow.
I don't like the way I look at all. Right
Me and
now.
Norty
You
were
need to
talking
get the hell
about.
outside, brother.
I look
Go
like a-
outside. It's not that hard.
Well, I probably could adjust it a little bit, but then I'm just gonna end up jacking it up.
Smitty makes him super white. Yes, the lights. He looks
God,
like
dog,
Smitty looks
Norty.
spooky. Don't turn your lights off, Smitty.
What?
You guys are getting railed.
Smitty needs to touch some grass. Oh me.
That whole line is tornado
Yeah,
warnings.
listen, before you got in here, you should have heard. Like, it was so loud, the tornado siren was coming through his microphone.
Was it really?
Yeah.
You know that
They
means get the
just
hell off
got-
your computer and
That's
hide in
what
the
I told him.
bathroom.
I said, Norty,
It's like, oh, as soon as it comes through my front door, I'm getting to the bathtub.
if you got to be safe, man, do it. That's what I told him.
They stop, so it must be gone.
At least put a helmet on. Goodness gracious. How's
wild.
everybody doing?
It's wild, wild, wild. Man, we're good. How are you doing? That's the question.
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Just living alive. Ready for this weekend.
What's happening this weekend? Go ahead and give us the rundown.
Memorial Day, baby. Memorial Day.
Memorial
going-
Day. Okay.
Going to Dewey Beach.
I got to work Memorial Day.
God, it sucks.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
tell
Why
me,
you gotta work Memorial Day?
brother, long story. A miscommunication. Let's just say that. Miscommunication. But I've already worked that out. It's gonna be worth it. So Bobby, tell me, so you're going to the beach.
Going to Dewey
You
Beach.
got any special guests or anything?
The Messers.
The Messers coming over. Golly.
Yeah. So that'll
Every
be
other
fun,
weekend,
man.
y'all and the Messers are getting together, brother.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for the invite.
I know, right? Hey, Johnny, y'all could have came to Memorial Day at the beach with us. Didn't get
I
that
sent you an
text.
itinerary, but it was just mine.
I didn't get the itinerary for that one either, or the bill for the room.
Yeah, I had to make a tough decision and say that I got to pass, unfortunately. I got
Yeah,
too
I
much
mean,
going
it's-
on right now. And this is the week that I finally get to simmer down just a smidge. And I was like, ugh.
Smitty looking like Edward
Oh.
Cullen.
Dude, I looked, I can't get it figured out. What if it helps if I.
Draven, thank you for the gifted sub. Lauren Nicole, thank you for the resub. Let's go, y'all. Why does Smitty's forehead have dad wrote on it? Because he's a dad. That's
No, he's saying it blends in.
his forehead. I know.
It's blend. It all looks like one white blob, and it says "Dad" on it.
Smitty, change your lights to more yellow.
They're all.
He's looking better. What? So every time we do this podcast, Nordy's in a tornado warning, and Smitty's going through technical difficulties.
Well,
every time.
I haven't got my lights figured out with the new setup
Yeah,
yet.
he's
I
gotta
haven't
get
got.
that- he
I
gotta
haven't
get
got I haven't got a good spot that
It's
I like.
probably
for my
that
lights.
crimson color paint you went with.
The golfing cowboy says, "Don't mess up the new suitcases, Bobby."
Oh
On
boy.
the Memorial Day trip.
Well, that's the thing. It's going to be more of a
How's that look?
It's chill,
family.
right? You are taking
Yeah,
the family.
The babies are going to be there, so
Smitty is a paint that room. I just painted it. I'm keeping it garnet from my cots.
Smitty needs
it
a
looks
tan. That's
it
the
looks
issue.
crimson.
No,
Look at
ain't-
the helmet. Look, you got a
Yeah,
helmet that's
That's the lighting though. You got to think that's the light because if you was in here, it looks the same, but the lighting on it. Don't worry about it. Them cocks beat them.
Can I get a
Crimson
roll
Tide
tide in
today.
chat, please? Can I get a roll
Can I
tide
get a
in
roll
chat
tide?
for
We beat 'em
Smitty's
today.
room?
Yes.
We beat 'em
Can we
today.
get a-
Can I get a
Can I
roll
get
tide
a
for
roll
Smitty's
tide?
chat for
Please.
Smitty's paint?
The
roll
Cox
tide?
beat the Tide today. The Cox whipped them.
What was that? Water polo, Smitty?
Bro, it's baseball. It's
Big
baseball.
water polo fan.
Yeah.
Big water polo
That's
fan.
one of the three main sports right there. It was baseball.
Avex, thank you for the tier 1 sub. We appreciate that. Oh man, y'all are awesome. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for coming in. Bully Dog, thank you for that. Subscribe for 6 months at tier 1. Thank you. Oh man, we appreciate y'all. Say, hey, so y'all tell me that's 6 months in advance. That's a big deal, right?
That's commitment.
Yeah, commitment.
That's commitment.
Thank you, Bully Dog, for that. We appreciate that. You get to come in here and watch with no ads or anything crazy popping up. Where's Marshmallow? We're bringing her in. Y'all chill. She's waiting.
About to burn you at the stake.
in the wings.
Somebody said Smitzy will be going crazy over that paint color.
Oh yeah, just super excited.
All right, y'all ready to bring Marsh in? I'm gonna have to ask her. Like, does she want to go by Marsh? Does she want to reveal her real name? I think she has on stream before, but I don't want to be that guy that
Tell
puts
her
it out
what's
there.
her real name. You got her social?
I'll tell her.
I got
Need a new credit card.
Marshmallows, you're with us. You do have to reactivate that. Yeah, you're on it. And you're muted too, so unmute
It's
yourself.
kind of awkward. Yeah, you looked
I
excited.
thought I was
First
on
sentence
it.
was
I was so
exciting.
excited. I was so ready.
We'll never get the same energy out of that first sentence again.
Dadgummit. I thought I was on it. I thought I was ready.
Oh, this is awesome. So
Everybody comes in muted. I swear, I think everybody comes in
think
muted.
It automatically.
I think it
you.
mutes everybody when they come in and then turns their camera off.
So it's Bobby's fault.
Yeah, we'll blame
I'm
Bobby
gonna keep
for
it that way.
We'll blame
I
Bobby
want to
for
get
that.
the more seldom first sentence, so it's not like kind of break the ice with your first sentence, and then nobody can hear it.
Yeah, I didn't
And
want to
then come
deafen your ears anyway. If I spoke the first time, it would have been super
Yeah,
loud,
first thing
you
I
know.
did was turn it down, way
Yeah.
down. What'd you say? I can't- No, I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you, KJ.
Bobby's the one that muted you. Bobby.
Yes, yeah, I have the power.
Oh man, we do this in his Discord, so he's like,
We
let
do.
me mute that real quick. So, okay, first question. I've already started with it. What do you want us to call you? Do you want us to call you Marshmallows, your real name?
I go by, you can call me Marsh, you can call me Marshmallows, you can call me Marshy. It doesn't really matter. I go by any of those.
So you'll take them all. Okay.
Yeah.
So I did see that in some of your Linktree stuff, you said like Marsh's YouTube, Marsh's
Yeah.
TikTok, and Marsh's. So I got you.
Yeah.
All right, good. Well, then we'll go with that. All right. So I'm gonna get started, and then we're gonna dig into some characters and stuff. So just get ready for that, because you know how chat is. They're gonna be ready.
Chat
for
is awesome. I love chat. I
they're-
love it.
They're gonna be ready for it. So, let's see here.
First things diss a lot.
Yes.
Diss a lot. We appreciate you, bro. That's wild.
Sam
yes.
the man.
Yes. And Sam the man. Yep. Appreciate y'all helping out. That comes in, that supports the channel. We appreciate y'all. This a lot with 20 gifted subs, and Sam the man coming in here and dropping them as well. We look, we can't do this without you. Sorry, Marsh. All right, so here's
No,
what
you're
we're
good, you're good.
So tell me this: what drew you to TARP in the first place? How did you see it? What drew you in? What was the story behind that? Give us all the
So,
details.
I had started streaming in July of last year, and I found Bobby on TikTok first. And so I was watching Bobby. I was trying to figure out what server he was on. It looked like it was really good quality role play. I had seen Messer before, and so I was like, oh, that's Messer's server. And so I first found Bobby, and it kind of sparked my interest in TARP. And then I, of course, saw Smitty and Messer and Smitters and all the rest of them. And so that just kind of sparked my interest, and I started thinking about coming over here, and that's how it kind of started.
So you were already streaming, and were
Yeah.
you streaming RP? What were you playing when you?
Yeah, I was
when you
playing RP. I was streaming
Okay.
RP. I had started doing that in July. Kind of got talked into it. I didn't really think it was going to amount to much. I figured I'll do it for a couple weeks, and then I'll never do it again, and it will be over. And I kind of fell in love with it after that. So.
All right, so now I'm going to stop you, and I'm going to take you back. How did you start streaming? You said somebody talked you into it. Let's talk about how you found RP to begin with, because most of our stories of finding RP is finding TARP, but that
Right.
wasn't your story. So go ahead and go all the way back, and let's start there. How did you
So-
find RP in general?
So it was back in 2020. I was teaching, and we were doing it from home, so there wasn't a lot going on. And I had found Twitch, and I had seen some streamers streaming GTA RP, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. That looks
Elisa,
like a lot
thank
of
you
fun.
for that subscription.
And I
1
kind of thought
month.
it was just something. I thought it was AI related. I didn't really realize it was real people that were playing these crims on the other side. And I was like, oh, I want to do that. And so I kind of started doing my research, and I joined a public server. And just when I first started, it was all about, I just wanted to run from the cops. That's all I cared about.
Sure.
Like,
so
I
you were
didn't- I-
cramming it up.
yeah, I didn't care
Okay.
about RP or anything. I hopped in and I was just running. I just wanted to run from the cops. That's all I cared about.
Some things never change. Go ahead.
Golly.
So I just,
Jen,
I would,
thank
I
you
mean,
for that
like they would
subscription.
pull me and I would just take
Hey,
off. No
Posey, thank you for
purpose, no
that 1
reason.
month.
I just would go.
D
every
Weezy,
single time.
thank you for that 1 month.
And so I just started there, and I just really fell in love with it after that. I mean, I just had a lot of fun with it, and slowly got better at RPing. In the beginning, it was rough.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
not
the
good.
way all of us really kind of get started, right? You're like, you don't really know what to do. You just kind of walk around the city. I mean, that's kind of all of our same story. I remember one time, one of my first times in the city, I thought, okay, I'm gonna get in, and I got to do what some of the streamers done. I got to get me a car. I'm gonna go steal one. Okay, I don't really know how to do it. I've seen some of the streamers do. I know I've got to get some tools to do it, and so I did. And for some reason, I was running from like the cowboy territory where the hardware store was down south, maybe to the airport. I'm not sure why. And I run right through Grove Street, and there's cops everywhere, and they start pointing guns at me like I've done something. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. Fortunately, they didn't arrest me. They're like, you just need to get out of here. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So I was kind of like pulling the Joe Dirt. Like, I'm new. I don't know what to do.
Right.
So anyway, so you're just kind of working your way. You don't really know.
Yeah.
So how did you learn? Just by running?
I
the
learned.
gun?
I learned it all on my own. Like I said, I was playing a public server, and I slowly started to see like, okay, yeah, I can do this and I can do that, and so I taught myself everything. I started being a crap RPer and doing a bunch of stuff that everybody hates, and slowly got better at it as time went on.
Okay. And so as you're getting better at it, like, are people noticing you? Are people in the server that you're in, or are you RPing with more people? Do you have a friend group? Like, how is that developing?
Say, I started getting to know people. I started RPing with different people.
Caitlin Marie, thank you for
and
that
so I kinda
sub
saw
for
how
1
they did
month.
it, and then I kind of decided
Simus,
how I
thank you for
wanted
that
to
sub for 1 month.
RP,
JoJo
and,
with the 10 community, thank you.
It just kind of started from there.
JS
It got a lot easier
Head,
once
thank
I
you
found
for
a group
1
of
month.
people to RP.
J
with, for
Dogs.
sure.
Right. And so as you've got your friend group and you've got more people to RP with, you're coming in every night. So how did you get talked into streaming?
So the last server I was in, they wanted to kind of get the server out there, and they needed somebody to stream. And I'm like, guys,
I think we may I don't mean to
I think
pause you.
Nordy's
I think
dying.
we need to have a moment of silence for Nordy. No, I'm just kidding.
Nordy's out.
I'm just kidding. So Nordy was under a tornado watch. So hopefully he's
lovely.
okay. But okay, so keep going. So they start talking, and it's like, hey, you need to stream. But
Yeah.
can you? What are the ramifications of streaming the server that you were in? Like,
Say that one more time. I'm sorry, I missed that.
so what were the ramifications or the requirements for you to stream the server that you were in?
So there were no requirements at
Okay.
all.
Was it a
I was
whitelisted server?
No, it's not. It wasn't a
You
white.
said it was a
is-
public server.
It's
Is
a
that wide
V menu
open?
server too.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's V menu.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's V menu, and they just wanted to get it out there more. They had some people stream before, and they had left the server, and so they're like, "Come on, you should do it. You should do it." I'm like, "Y'all, no, this is not gonna work. I'm loud. That's not gonna work." They're like, "No, you got to do it." And so I'm like, "Well, I'll try it." I'm like, "But
Mhm.
I'm only gonna give it a little bit, and then I'm gonna be done with it."
I got you.
So
I got you. So then as you started streaming, things are kind of developing and rolling along. You're getting the following
mhm.
because there are some people that knew that you were streaming before, like as you started coming over, people were like, oh, she's a streamer. So
Right.
that was already a known thing. So you saw Bobby. At what point are you going, hey, I think I might try this whitelisted thing?
So I probably saw Bobby back in September.
J-Dog,
and then I
thank you for that
was following him
subscription.
from there on out. And
Williams, man,
I'm like,
can't
I
thank you
really-
enough.
I really want to go there.
Gifting
I really
out those 2
wanna stream
subs
there.
to
But
the
I was
community.
management
Thank
of the
y'all.
server I was on, so I had like some connection there, you
so
know.
you were staff or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and so that was the hesitation there, and then I'm like, I'm gonna join and I'm gonna start playing the server and see how it goes, kind of thing. And I decided, I guess in February, I'm like, I love it. I don't care if I get into stream or not. Like I want to be here. So I stepped down from management at that point to focus on streaming. And I still stayed in that server to stream and everything else, but I had made up my mind that I fully wanted to come to TARP at that point.
So did you catch any flack from making those decisions?
I mean, no, I did not. I didn't catch any
Okay.
flack. I had been there
Okay.
for a while, and they were happy for me.
Sure.
You know,
Okay.
streaming wise and stuff. So,
'Cause
and I
you-
was still in the server at that point in time, playing it still and everything else. So up until I started streaming, I was still playing the
Right.
server. So.
Right. Yeah. And you were continuing to grow. Okay.
Mhm.
So that was the streamer side of things.
Mhm.
Now let's talk a little bit about characters.
Okay.
It's hard to hear. Okay, I got you. Delete the gap. So let's talk about your characters. What was your first character that you brought into into TARP?
It was KJ. I brought KJ. Well, no. It was Janey Jo. Janey Jo was the character that I wrote my story about and everything else. It was Janey Jo. She was the first one I had. You know, I wrote the story about when I applied and everything else.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Mhm.
So okay, so Janey Jo. What's the story behind Janey Jo? You just thought, hey, I'll create, because Janey Jo's kind of a southern,
Yeah.
southern girl.
Lunatic.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
That was Janey Jo. I'm like, oh, I remember the first. That was, I think, your first day in the city.
Yeah.
And you came pulling up with a firefighter helmet on. Howdy, I was Janey Jo. I was like, where the hell did she come from? What is going on out here?
Who's
Oh,
moving on?
she's the one you kept her driver's license. She tracked us down. Was that not it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Howdy, it's Janey Jo.
So
Like, that sounds like marshmallows.
So I came up with her because obviously I am Southern, so I can throw on the country kick accent, pretty good. And she's loud and she's obnoxious, but she's just kind of a stupid character. Like, and I don't mean that bad, but I just have fun with her. Like, I can do anything with her. Like, she's dumb. I say she didn't get out of middle school, and her grandpappy raised her. That's where the firefighter helmet came from. It was his, and so I would wear it like that. But yeah, she's my character I get on. I don't worry about getting caught. I just have fun with her, and she's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Scarhead says Janey Jo's wild. She's funny though. Funny AF though.
Yeah.
So okay, so who did you meet first in city? Bobby or Smitty with Janey Jo? Did they?
It was Bobby. I met Bobby day one.
Oh, day one?
Yeah, day
So-
one.
There you go. She stream
time
sniped him.
out.
She stream sniped him.
Time out.
She stream snapped him. Oh,
I think
No.
Nordy was with me.
I was at the light and Bobby pulled up next to me, and because I was at the light, and he's like, "What in the?" And they like look over, and I had the firefighter helmet on, and that was the first time.
Yeah, I think I pointed you out first. I
Yeah.
stream sniped you. I was like, what is she wearing? What is wrong with
Is
this
that what it
girl?
was? So is that what drew you to see her the first time? It's like, hey,
Yeah, she was in like an old truck. I can't remember the kind of truck, but it looked like what they would use in like a cartoon for firefighting trucks. She had the firefighter helmet on, and I was like, what the is going on here?
so where did you get the truck? You just
I got it from the
EDM?
Yeah.
from PDM. So you bought it. Okay.
So Janey Jo would drive around in a golf cart, and I would
Okay.
have a redneck Uber thing, and I couldn't
Okay.
find a golf cart. to buy,
Redneck
so-
Uber.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. That's a business idea right there.
Yeah, I couldn't find a golf cart, so that's what I had to use. I had to find something off the wall.
That's awesome. Okay. So Janey Jo first in the server. Did Janey Jo, Nordy, you good, buddy?
Yeah, the power went out for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, the fire went out for a little bit.
Welcome back.
Oh
So
my gosh.
Janey Jo met Bobby first. At what point did Janey Jo meet Smitty in city?
So Smitty was actually the last one that I met. I had met everybody before,
Okay.
but Smitty was the last one that I met in city.
Okay.
But
As-
sorry, I
as
didn't mean to cut you off.
Janey Jo.
Yes, as
Okay.
Janey Jo, yeah. So I was with Bobby one day, and they both pulled me over, and that was when I had, or Bobby still had my license.
That's on me.
Oh,
I said I
I
was
told him
sorry.
he had it, and he's like, "No, I don't. I don't
I didn't
have
think
your
I
license."
did. I didn't think I did. Okay, and I said I was sorry.
I said I was.
This is not about. This is not supposed to be about me and you. This is supposed to be about KJ and Smitty.
We're getting
And
there.
yeah,
getting
like hold on.
there.
I mean, God, why am I the one getting chastised here? I kept one license.
Have one license. Oh, okay. So then you did. So did you meet Smitty with Janey Jo first or with KJ?
Well, I met Smitty with Janey Jo with
Okay.
Bobby that day,
Okay.
and then KJ was later on.
Okay. All right. So Janey Jo's
Well,
just
Nordy was with me though, wasn't he? Wasn't he? Nordy was my partner.
Yeah.
That
So
day.
technically, the same time she met old Nordy. I know we
Yeah.
tried to forget about him because we thought he was dead, but he's back, so we got to bring him back into the picture. You
no,
know?
he's gone now.
Like
So-
Nordy's dead. So you met Bobby, right? That was
You met Bobby. Is Nordy? No, he's gone. So okay. So Janey Jo is your main character, kind of running, causing havoc in the city.
Mm-hmm.
At what point did you think, hey, I need another character? Were you going to create like a Leo character? Like, because I know you had a Leo character in your other server that you streamed some.
Right. So I always was going to bring KJ. KJ was my first crim character that I ever had. She's been every server I've been in. KJ was my first crim character. So I knew KJ would be over here very quickly. And then of course I have a Marshall, which is my cop character as well. So those are my three that I have.
Okay. So now let's talk about how KJ come about. Did you already have all three of these in the other? Okay. That's what you just said. You already had all three. So you just did you bring them all over at the same time and just use them? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So KJ then comes in. At what point did you say, "Hey, it's time to introduce KJ to Tarp"?
I mean, it was fairly quickly. I like to mix it up. I don't like to have the same. I don't like to run the same stuff every night. So I like to mix it up. So I wanted KJ pretty quickly. After Janey Jo started.
Okay. So KJ's been in almost as long as Janey Jo has.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So who did KJ meet first in city?
Bobby.
Bobby again?
stream sniping. I swear.
So KJ met Bobby first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then at what point did KJ meet Smitty?
I don't remember when it happened, but I was speeding and he pulled me over and I was giving him just crap, like so much crap. And he went back to the car and I got out. I'm like, "Hey, can you hurry up? Like, let's go." And he was like, "Ma'am, you need to go back to your car. This is officer safety. You need to go back to your car." And I was like, "Well, can we go? Like, I got places to go." And so then he came back and I gave him a piece of apple pie to call him soft. I was like, "Here you go."
Here you go, soft serve. Take your apple pie and leave.
Then the tow truck showed up and
So it was love at first slice.
the tow truck pulled up and I went to run and the tow truck hooked me first. And I didn't know it hooked me and I drove off and I guess in his eyes I clipped the SADOT worker. In my eyes I did not. And I took off and it just swung me around and I
Wait, that was me and Tony, right?
No, that was the first time I met you and Tony after that. It was a later stream that I met you and Tony. And so I got whipped around. So I drove back around and I was like, "Hey, I'm just kidding. Here you go. Have my car." And I took off to walk. And he's like, "Well, now you're under arrest." And so I took off running at that point in time. And then, yeah.
Got the stick.
You
Got the
couldn't
stick.
find me. You couldn't find me.
Oh, so the first
Got the
time
stick.
y'all met, you towed her car and you beat her up,
Yeah.
but you
You
couldn't
don't
find
run.
her.
You don't run from me.
He couldn't find me.
You don't run from me.
You don't run from me.
He couldn't find me.
All right. So how did KJ and Smitty reconnect after this first
Well,
experience?
that started it. Because
Oh,
when we got
okay.
in the car, he was like, "You got you a sugar daddy?" And I'm like, "No." And
Oh!
so
I
I'm like,
don't
"Well,
even
I'm
remember.
gonna run with this." So there's everything that's gone on. There's all planned and everything that KJ has done.
Right.
And slowly that's becoming visible, but everything was planned. And so I was like, "Oh yeah, I need a sugar daddy." And he's like, "Well, you're gonna have to get in line. You're gonna be number 13." And I'm like, "Okay." And so that
We
started
shall
it.
see.
And so then he had the idea of me taking out Samantha because he called me and he was like, "Hey,
Oh, God, I forgot about this.
what if Samantha shows up?" Or he didn't tell me what her name was, but I got this crazy ex. Can you take care of her for me? I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." And so that's how it kind of went from there.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That's good. Okay, so Smitty, what are you thinking at this point? Are you thinking, hey, this is just another person that I'm going to RP with, or are you just like, hey, I'm about to take this person?
I think he really liked her.
I mean, of
No,
course.
I'm doing the football roster over here. I need a 56-man team.
That's right.
I
Well,
gotta keep adding.
so
You're an idiot.
So,
Idiot.
Marsh, to kind of fill you in on some of this, me and Bobby has always kind of had this running conversation about Smitty. So before Bash Brothers were a thing, Smitty like went all in on the romance RP. And when Bobby came along, Bobby was like, nah, I hate this. And like he would even say it like when they're riding together, when Smitty's stopping at Yellow Jack to pick up Samantha the first time out of the 40 times they've been together. Bobby's like, no, shut up. Smitty was
I hated it.
The first one was Norma.
that was the
Yes.
first wedding. That was the first wedding. But
Ugh.
but I remember Samantha dancing inside of
I was like, this is ridiculous.
of
We're trying to
Yellow
work
Jack.
here.
Smitty
with Willow and stuff.
with
yeah.
Willow. Smitty's going off duty, taking his shirt off at Yellow Jack.
I'm like, look, whatever you do on your free time is fine, but we're on the taxpayers' dollars here.
So-
You can't be acting like this.
I kind of started a trend inside Tarp. I did. I was the very first wedding
here we
inside
go.
Tarp.
The
He was-
dadgum trendsetter alert.
He
I
was.
was no. Here's the funny part. I was the very first wedding inside Tarp, and not to name anybody, but some former past people that's no longer in Tarp, which is a good thing. It's a great thing actually.
Oh God.
They tried to shut it down. They're like, "We're not doing this wedding
That's
stuff
true.
inside here. We're
That's
not
true.
doing it." Blah blah blah. And so,
Can I get a hashtag trendsetter in chat for Smitty, please?
and they're no longer here, which is a phenomenal thing. And so, yeah, and then now it's like the wedding thing is just like has taken off. Everybody's getting married these days. I mean, it's kind of cool to see. Bobby hated it,
Who
but
was-
Bobby's the
still
next
do.
one.
Who was
I
the
still
who
do.
was the officiant for your first wedding?
Wang.
Was it Wang? For
Wang.
Norma?
That was the only thing that made it
Wang.
worth it.
I thought
was
it was
Wang.
Tony.
You guys love each other very much.
It was Tony. It was Tony. Wang handed the rings or something like
Okay,
that.
yeah.
That's what it was. Yep. Tony did it, and Wang handed the rings. That's what. Yeah, because Tony was late to it. Yes,
Yeah.
of course. I mean, that's
And
what it was. Tony did it. Wang handed the rings and stuff. Yes.
And Nordy, didn't you become a groomsman that night? You were a
Yeah.
groomsman and didn't even like me and you had just started like really like we hung out with Bobby, but like we didn't really hang out with Smitty that much.
Yeah.
There was one guy that was pissed that he wasn't the best man. You remember that?
Oh, who was it?
And so
who was it?
Smitty tried to get. He was like, "Well, I'm gonna have two best men." I was
That's
like,
true. That's true.
I was like, "No,
That's
I'll
true.
just
Who
Wait,
was
he got
that?
I'll run
legitimately
security."
pissed?
Yeah,
Who
I
Like,
was
will.
that?
real life?
Bobby, go ahead and
Oh,
call
yeah.
it out because I don't
I'm not
remember.
calling it out.
I
I'm
know-
not calling it out.
No, you gotta text it so I can call it.
Yeah,
out.
text it.
You remember the guy that was a real cop?
I don't. Who, Nordy, who was it? Call it
Alabama
out.
cop.
He
Alabama
was
cop.
he was the one that was posting another cop picture on his.
Oh,
That's true. You're talking about true.
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
He wasn't an Alabama cop.
He's like,
He
I'm the
was a
best man. I was like, okay, great.
Louisiana.
He
Louisiana.
wanted to like fight me over it. I'm like, dude,
I
I don't
forgot
even want to
about
be
that.
here right now.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is a dadgum video game wedding. He's like, well, I'm pissed. I'm like, calm down. Calm down.
Yay!
Dude,
He was
I completely forgot about that. Oh
I did
my
too.
god, that is so good.
So okay, so and
Oh,
we're
God.
basically just filling in the gap here, Marsh. Hang with us, I promise.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Oh,
So
She's like, I thought this was an interview for me.
Yeah,
We're going,
I thought I was a special guest. So there was this guy named Stroop that played in Tarp,
oh,
and he
God.
we already called him out. We
no,
already,
go,
we
no,
already
I
called
love
him
it.
out,
I
yeah.
love it. I love
Like
it. Go.
the people need to know these things.
Yes.
So brother, we called out the whole leadership change in Tarp last episode. So
That's true. Yeah, go ahead.
do y'all hear Nordy? Is that your tornado
Here
siren
they
going
go
on?
again.
Here they go again. Duck for cover.
Nordy's getting in
Dude,
the
Nordy's
same
out.
place.
Nordy, get on the love seat. Wrap up in that blanket you can't fold where the fiddlers poo.
Golly.
Pisses me off too right there. Fold the blanket good, Nordy.
Okay. Okay, so not calling anybody out. This Stroop was a good RPer. Him and Smitty And because he was one of those guys that wanted to ride with the streamer a lot of times, and so him and Smitty would ride as their cop characters, and then he was dating maybe Norma's friend or something, and that kind of how y'all got together.
Dude, I can't remember.
Because y'all went on a double date, and me and Bobby were like, "Hey, let's blow this thing up. Let's get the BCSO helicopter. Let's fly around the whole."
Oh my God! Yes, you might
He
chop
was
my head
pissed.
off.
Yeah, he was pissed.
Oh, so that was the night that I proposed to Norma.
That's right.
Yeah, at
And
the
y'all
pier.
had this chopper come.
I was like, we're trying to do a flyover, and Stroop was pissed.
He was
He
so
was like,
mad.
You tried to ruin a scene. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like, I will fight you IRL. That's how I learned how to spell IRL.
yes. He had some chick with him. I have no idea who it was though. Now,
So-
dude, I wish I knew, man.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
because then y'all took a limousine somewhere. Y'all took a
Yeah.
limousine to the pier and then went and had a party like afterwards. And so y'all were hanging out, and then the wedding
And
was
he
like
had to ride shotgun.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Put the new bride in the back.
I should have just proposed to him at this point.
You should at this point, dude. I was thinking, why?
I should have got Smitzy out there to do it.
So did he quit? Did he quit for Nordy to be a groomsman?
No.
Nordy, are you
No, I
okay,
think,
dude? Like we
Nordy-
can, I can hear
Nordy-
that.
Nordy, mute up.
what?
Mute up.
You don't
Nordy.
have
Mute
to-
up, you're about to die. We
You
don't
don't
want to
have
hear
to
you.
mute up. I just
God,
I want to
mute
make
up,
sure you're
Jesus.
okay.
We're trying to hear that tornado alarm.
We can hear your sirens or whatever you're going.
He's loving it. So long story short, which we've already made a long story long, is so that's how Nordy ended up. Nordy, they needed one more groomsman, and I was like, hey, they were like, yeah, hey, y'all two can both be in it. I was like, no, y'all got enough. Nordy, go ahead and put the outfit on. Nordy did. He had his cowboy hat and everything on, and I think I ran security in the back in my cop outfit, like in my BCSO outfit.
That's what I wanted to do.
And there was a shooting, but it was the sheriff who ended up shooting at the wedding. You probably don't even remember that, Smitty. So
Thought we were safe. We're inside a church, but I guess we wasn't.
yeah, right.
God's people.
So that is the whole background to the romance. And then the Bash Brothers came along and kind of Bobby showed up and shut her down. Okay. Some of the romance. And then
Bobby used to go to sleep at her house with me, and me and Bobby would fall asleep on that's why me and Bobby would fly out to the city all the time. We would end up on the couch together, laying beside each other, rubbing feet with each other because we didn't have no room. The RP was phenomenal. I don't care what anybody said. That was really good now that I think back on it. I mean, we were going up in the house at the end of the street, and there was a lot of times like I would like change my screen like right at a point to where something good was about to happen or whatever you want to say, and I would end my stream, like I would change my screen, I would raid out in the stream, and my gen chat in Discord would be like the soap operas coming on after Price is Right. I'm telling you, my gen chat would blow up. Couldn't believe I just ended right there. Like it was awesome. It was freaking awesome.
yeah,
That was. I'll tell you, that was some good. And people were so engaged. It was a dadgum soap opera.
It was before
Like you
Bobby
said.
streamed too, so like I wish I could have saw
Right.
his POV on some of this stuff because he would probably been over there beating his dad.
Yeah.
God dang it, Smitty! I told
This
Yeah,
is,
I swear to God, it was Jerry Springer. 100%.
you.
It was Jerry Springer inside a tarp.
Mhm.
yeah, Gen Chat would be blowing up in the good old days. That's exactly right. And it's look, some of that stuff still happens now. Y'all, we've had conversations that people come in, KJ comes in and becomes a romance in Smitty's life, and chat goes nuts. And there are people that like, hey, if KJ and Smitty ain't together every time that they're both on, like it goes wild.
Well, remember, I went through a job change too, so I was able.
That's right.
I mean, there was times he was live at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and there I am.
There's
And,
Bobby.
and at this point, I still want to be in bed. I don't care about the job change. And so my attitude was like some legitness. And so people, I think, could feed off of it. And he's just, I'm like, shut up.
Mhm.
This is not good news for you. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you the scenes where he'd end on the couch and she was out there. It's like, Bobby, I just don't understand what his problem is. I was like, you got one too. Go to bed. Like, go to sleep. I'm trying to end this now.
Yeah.
Like, go to bed. I'm trying to go to bed IRL.
I mean, it was crazy. Like, are you coming upstairs? I'm going to bed. Are you coming? I'm like, no, I'm on the couch with Bobby tonight.
Yeah. He's like, get your feet off mine, dude. That was some good stuff, man. That was some good stuff.
Oh,
That
man.
was some good stuff. Okay, so back.
Are we interviewing somebody today?
Nordy? Yeah, he's got a lot of tornadoes going on.
We need to get
so-
marshmallows. Let's get some more from her.
So okay, so there's the kind of the story behind the Smitty Bobby, mantra, the thing that has gone on. So now we're talking about KJ, we're talking about Smitty. At what it started in the car. So and you're like, hey, I'm gonna run with this. If he's gonna run with it, I'm gonna run with it. So at what point what was the next after he dropped you off, sent you to jail, whatever? What was the next time y'all got together? Like at what point were y'all like, hey, like we could really make something out of this?
That day we actually did several things together during that stream because
Okay.
he got my number in the jail cell.
In the jail cell, which
Yeah.
standard operating procedure for Smitty.
And he told me that I
First off,
needed
do
to
we
apologize.
have any LSPD command that's watching? If so, let's block them.
Go ahead and time them out.
Mods, any high command LSPD, let's block them all. All right, go ahead.
So he got my number and he's like, you need to apologize to that tow truck driver. You could have killed him, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. So I roll on down to the impound lot. I take a selfie with the tow truck driver, tell him I made it right, and I send it to him. And he said, I don't even remember what he said. He said something. Well, he calls me like later and he was like, that's when he said, could you take care of my ex if she shows up at my door?
God, that does not sound good. That does not sound good.
And so
And I was like, yeah,
and so you told him, yeah, I got you.
yeah, I got you. No problem.
Okay.
And so that was it. That was it for that day. Like it was it.
That was
after
the end
that.
of the day.
Mhm.
Okay. So how did so just gradually over the next few weeks, it just kind of unfolded?
Well, it got, so we changed phones in that period of
Oh,
time. So I
yeah.
had lost the number and I got pulled over by him and Messer. And that's kind of how it got picked back up, was when I got pulled over by him and Messer.
Okay. So how'd that go? I'm not sure. I don't think I saw that. I don't
So
think I
that
saw
was my
scene.
that was my first interaction with Messer. I hadn't met
Okay.
Messer.
Okay.
And they got out of the car and my car cut off. I didn't hit anything or anything. My car cut off. And so I'm like, well, shoot, I got to RP this out. So they were already pulling me because I had sped. So I pulled over, I got around and I popped my hood to act like I was working on my car. And Smitty comes around with his hand on his gun. He's like, ma'am. And I'm like, hey, do you not know who I am? I'm like, what do you have a gun out for? He's like, oh, KJ, whatever. And so we had that whole interaction. Messer's like, I'm towing your car, blah, blah, blah. And Smitty's like, Pat and Ben back to the city. And I'm like, oh, y'all aren't going to give me a ride? And so I hopped in the car and they were running their mouths. And I was like, hey, Smitty, do you want to tell them about that date we're supposed to go on?
She put me on
Call them
blast.
out.
She put me on blast.
In front of Messer
Good.
too?
Yeah.
In front of Tony. Tony,
That's the
Tony's
way
like,
it should be.
so Tony's like ears up, like, wait, what? Why am I right? She's like, let's go, man. She's patting me and maybe patting me and go and get.
That's the way it should be, though.
No,
Call 'em out.
absolutely.
Call
Absolutely.
them out.
Yeah.
Bobby's like,
Don't
yeah.
be two-faced, Smitty. Say
It's
it with
not-
your
it-
chest.
Say-
It's not
stand
two-faced,
up.
but some things don't need to be said around LSPD.
Well, you're hitting on her in the jails of LSPD, and then
Yeah,
you
there was
get in
somebody
front of your
around.
buddies and
I
you
know how
try
to-
to play it off.
I know how to
So-
disable the cameras.
Can I ask you, Marsh, what's
Uh-huh.
going on with you and Dexter?
Hey, we're not there yet.
I have to.
Johnny says we're not there. He's got a script over here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
sorry,
kinda-
you didn't
I
send me
kinda
the
wanna-
itinerary.
I kind of want to walk through before we
Okay,
go
go
there.
ahead. Go ahead.
I want
What's
to
your
walk
next one?
through the first date at Burger
Bobby's
Shop.
like, fast forward. I want the drama now.
I'm trying to get to the drama.
So tell me about the Burger Shot date.
Oh my god.
So how does Samantha? Chat's already bringing it up. So Samantha comes in and kind of interrupts the date, and I think kills both of y'all, right? So how does?
Listen, I almost got her though. She had a gun and I almost whipped her tail. Like I was beating the crap out
Were
of
you
her.
just punching her?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, she
I got
said,
domed in the head of my booth. My guys over here on this on
I
the
remember.
booth.
I remember the
mean,
scene. But kind of
I'm
walk me
pretty
through.
sure the Burger Shot. So we go there and order. whatever. Make KJ pay first date. I got to set the tone. Let her know how it's gonna be. If you
Green
want me,
Giant,
you
thank you
gotta
for that
pay.
1
He's
month.
gonna wear the pants.
Keegan Eagle, thank you for that 1
So, no,
month.
but
My
seriously,
guy
so
Rye, thank you for the 1 month. Taryn
lady
Ross, thank you for
that
the
was
1
checking
month
us out,
subscription.
she
Mike
gets on the
Gross, thank
phone,
you for the
and I
1
don't know
month.
what she
ACAS,
does,
thank
but
y'all
she's on the phone
for supporting the
and
channel.
I'm pretty sure she called Samantha up there.
Mhm.
Because it wasn't long. Samantha shows up. We're sitting down at the booth, just put a tray, big old chili cheeseburger, onions, ketchup. I mean, like, dude, I'm about to go in. And then all I hear, I'm not even looking. And all I hear is like, oh, no, you ain't, or whatever that stupid voice is.
Hey, how you
Boom.
doing?
Right to the forehead. And my dude just over here like this. He just laid out. And there it is.
And then, so KJ gets up, starts beating up Samantha. Well, Samantha shoots KJ, and okay, and then you just have to clean up after that.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, so tell me, between then, did y'all have any other run-ins with KJ and Samantha?
After that,
Yes, after that.
yeah, she showed up. This the second
And
time we
shut her
saw. She
down.
showed up at the house, and I took a golf club and whooped her because she was walking towards Smitty, and so I whooped her. And then some dude shot me. He's like, "Who does she belong to?" and shot me. And so that was the second time. So I whooped her the second time, but
So y'all
And
are
then-
y'all are 1-1 right now, huh?
mhm.
I got you.
Now they're partners. They go around and do crime together now.
Yeah. So okay. So that's what so when did y'all become friends? Did y'all become friends before the Dexter stuff or?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no.
About the same time.
Yeah, because she got in trouble one time and she called me and I acted like I was going to help her. And that was when I set her up. And that's when the baby died
Oh yeah. I got you.
after that. So that's when KJ really became the villain.
Yeah. And
when
then
the baby died.
and then what
and then
happened?
after
Did she call you again or did you call her or how did the next interaction
I ran
go?
into her one day and she's like, "Hey, you want to go hang out?" And I was like, "Whatever."
Truce.
So we hung out. We kind of had a truce, and then so we were friends.
Yeah, I got you. All right. So now let's talk about the Dexter stuff.
Mhm.
Let's talk about how's Dexter involved here injecting himself. So he's a cop, Ryan. Dexter, but most of chat knows Dexter. He's in chat right now. He came in. He was with us last week, 2 weeks ago.
Jesus, it doesn't matter. What's going on with you guys?
On the podcast, and so most of y'all know who he is. So let's talk about this. What was the first interaction with Dexter?
He pulled me one day and he pulled me over, and his exact words were, "I saw that purple car. I knew it was KJ. I had all L's on my shift, so I was going to take all my anger out on you."
Dexter said
That's
that?
Gosh.
That's exactly what he said.
And he's head of
Golly.
training. He's head of training.
I saw that little purple car and I decided, you know what? I'm getting her. I'm taking her to jail.
Should we just bring Dexter in?
I mean, we can. Dexter, are you available?
I think. No, I'd rather hear everybody else's story. It's funny making him type to try to defend himself.
Listen, I'll roll back the clip. I got it clipped. I'll roll it back.
He came into he said that you were planting stuff at the houses.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the hottest thing he's ever seen. I was like, that's weird flex, dude, but whatever.
Who said that?
Dexter.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you, he is the hots for KJ.
Bobby's adding
And-
stuff to the story here.
Bobby's just
No,
making he's just
I'll
riling it up.
clip it. I'll clip it. I'll clip it. I've
Clip
got
Is
it.
that
everything.
whose
Flip
sock
it,
was
flip
actually
it.
underneath the bed?
Mhm. Sure enough.
Oh, I
Clip
love
it. Clip it.
I love it. Okay, so back to Dexter. So Dexter pulled you over. He took out his aggression on you that day. Did he take you to
Well,
jail?
he let me go. He let
Okay.
me go.
Okay.
But that's what he told me is that, he was going to take all his frustration out on me and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
So that was the first interaction. Then that was it. That was it for the first interaction. And then he caught me that day, you and him. And I don't know who else was with you. Caught me that day
JT.
selling candy.
Yeah. Yeah. that's when I came in and let you
Yeah.
go.
Yes.
So
yes.
so we caught her at the beach selling candy, and she said, "I'm handing out pamphlets or whatever." And then what'd you say?
Cleaning houses down by the beach.
What was your
That's
story? What was your story that day?
I said that the guy stole my phone. That's why I beat him up. He
That's
took
right.
my phone.
That's right. The guy, yeah, the local had took your phone. That's right.
Look, I always got an excuse.
And then you and Dexter start talking for a long time. Hey, I'm all right. Yeah. So y'all, I don't know the conversation. So y'all are talking. What's he saying? KJ, I know you ain't nothing.
Yeah.
You ain't no good. You're out here.
He says, I don't like you. You're the biggest turd in this city. I'm going to show Smitty who you really are, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Dexter, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm down here just trying to get dog food for the dog Rookie. And he's like, I don't appreciate you calling Smitty Rookie. I'm like, no, our dog's name is Rookie. and I'm like, there's dog food. I had to go get dog food down by the beach. And because that's always my alibi when I go to the beach, because the dog food store is down there. So that's my alibi. And he's like, look, just tell me now, be honest with me. And I know he's like, he doesn't have enough to get me. So I'm like, no, I don't have any candy on me. No, I don't. He's like, yes, you do. And I'm like, no, I don't. He's like, just be honest with me. I'm like, Dexter, I'm telling you, you have it out to get me. I don't have any candy on me.
And he couldn't do anything.
He couldn't do nothing. There was nothing he could do. I knew he couldn't do nothing.
So when did y'all start dating?
So that's when I come in. I was like, hey, you got 10 seconds, KJ, to get out of here.
And I left. I hauled tail out of there.
And so, okay, so what happened? Yeah, what was the next interaction? Like, what led to chat going, wait, Dexter's always seen with KJ. What's going on here?
I don't know what the next interaction was. I'm trying to think if he
so
pulled
many.
me.
Was so that many. So the next one that I remember was at the police department.
Was that after I was with Samantha?
Yes, and Smitty come in and y'all were having the talk, and then Dexter was kind of involved in that too.
Yeah. So, and that's the same thing. He's every time he sees me, he's like, "You're a turd. I'm gonna show Smitty who you really are. I'm gonna send you to jail for life."
So, Bobby, what makes you think that Dexter likes KJ?
I know that she doesn't like him back, but there's antics that he does that I really think that he's just trying to go after KJ. You know what they say? Well, I don't even know what they say. What do they say is the best flattery or best form of flattery? What's that?
Imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery.
Maybe intimidation.
Oh, I got you.
And I think that's what he's doing. I think it's pretty clear, honestly, that Dex has the hots for her. And he's trying to move in. Honestly, I wouldn't do that to my friend Smitty, you know?
Yeah.
I agree with Bobby.
What's that?
I agree with Bobby.
Oh, my gosh.
So,
Dexter,
hey, KJ.
Dexter,
I'm going to call
buddy?
you KJ for this. Just watch yourself with Dex. I think he's got the hots for you, and he's trying to move in, so. And if you don't give him the time of day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Dexter to the show. Jerry.
Welcome to Days of Tarp. We're getting serious over here.
You look goofier than hell. Put that head on normal.
I can't show anything about you in public anymore.
Why?
Oh me. All right. So
tell us why you really have the hots for her. For KJ. Why does your character Dexter have the hots for KJ?
He's blushing.
Don't be embarrassed, man.
Look,
we're all friends here.
stand.
It's a video game. We know it's not real, brother. Just tell us where your in-city feelings for KJ come from.
Hated Squad, yes.
It legit started because I wanted to bring the RP that I was on to KJ about her and her crap that she's doing and her only being with Smitty to get away with crime. You know, I'm known every now and then to stir up a little drama between folks. So I found a kind of opportunity one night to bring it up and was like, hey, let's go with it.
And so that's why. So like, has Dexter and KJ, other than like, I know the Crim stuff and we can get to some of that, but like, other than like y'all, like the cop character Dexter and KJ have not hung out
No, I'm against her 100%.
No,
Right.
not at all.
So Bobby,
Not
like,
at
where are
all.
you getting this that they've been on a date? And
I've
all
seen
stuff?
this. I've seen this 1,000.
He's just
Bobby is the worst.
he's just driving that sword right through it, ain't he,
Yes,
Bobby.
Bobby is the
Bobby.
worst person to stir the pot. Yeah, you're doing it right, Johnny.
No,
But let
dude,
me tell
I've
you
seen
what.
this 1,000 times. Like, the girl, like this usually with children. You would think Dex would be old enough
Children?
to not do that. Yeah. Like when
No.
when you were young, you remember when you really liked that girl, but you were like, I hate that girl. I hate her. I just hate her. Yeah, ew, cooties. But deep down, you're like, she's the most perfect thing on this planet. Yes.
But Johnny,
That's
you
what he's
haven't
got
helped the
going on right
situation
now.
at all either. You've stepped in there and stirred it up yourself.
I
Oh,
don't.
yes, you have.
Johnny.
Yes, you have. You can't back out of this.
I will come in every time and I'll say, listen, KJ, I'm only helping you out because of my friend Smitty. Like, I throw it out there from the beginning.
No, the other night when I was starting to beat up Smitty, you were like, I think he's on to
You did beat up Smitty.
That's because he beat the yard dog
Dick-
crap out of me in front of LSPD.
Okay, so this is
Oh,
this is the one where chat. Okay, Bobby, you're right.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
we go in.
Say that one more time. It feels pretty good.
You're right, Bobby. So we go in. Me and Dex are riding together. All of a sudden, him and Smitty start fighting, and then Dexter picks up Smitty's body and drops him in the middle of the road. And I'm like, that's not happening. Like, we're
You
not
got a
gonna let
body
him
dump.
get-
You
we're
got to
not-
get rid of the competition.
We're not gonna let him
Bobby.
get run
I'm
over.
just saying. Hey,
Try to get me the
Hey.
perma right there.
There's
I
a
heard him
reason I'm
whisper-
in
I heard him
CRD.
whisper. He whispered in the mayor. I said, "You're a goner, brother."
Connor, you ain't gonna make it through this one.
Hey, I tried to throw her off a bridge the other day and I fell and broke my own neck. So
Imagine
karma,
that.
immediate karma, immediate
No, I think
karma.
that's called. He had that planned out the whole time. I'm gonna throw her, but I'm not.
Oh, we both went
He was-
off. We
He
both
was
went
just
off.
showing her how much he's falling for her.
Oh.
Lame.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
Oh me. Oh, that's good. Okay. So I'm gonna make a turn. Are we good? Are we good with that plot, Bobby? Have you stirred enough? Have you instigated enough there?
I just speak the truth, man. Just facts. But yeah, you
Just
can move
facts.
on.
A pot stir. Just
I know.
stir in that pot.
just
I'm not
gotta go.
stirring any pot. I'm whatever. I'm just telling you, everybody sees it. You're not very slick. All right, next.
I hate that everybody's good. Y'all have a good night unless y'all want me to stay here.
No, you stay right
You
here,
can hang
Dexter.
out.
We're
You
not
can
done with you.
Nordy, how are you, brother?
he's still alive.
Nordy's
think-
hasn't
Morty's not
moved.
even here. He's
Nordy's-
stepping.
He's clicking through things on his computer. He doesn't even know
I
we're
don't
here.
think he can hear us anymore.
No, he
Nordy!
I can hear. I'm just
Okay, don't yell at me, Jesus.
I'm fixing someone.
Oh, okay. So before we move on, so I'm
We get
still
started.
so Johnny Smokes is still pissed about the whole streets thing.
Understandable.
Oh yeah.
What streets thing?
Remember when they sent you a picture of KJ and Streets?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Because you don't
Yeah,
do
go
my
ahead.
boy Smitty like that. So
Go ahead.
What
So-
about your boys doing that to Smitty? What about your boys doing that to
Or
Smitty?
what
Wait,
about KJ doing that?
Whoa!
Whoa, there we go.
Whoa.
Now we're going to get to the truth. Let's stick on Johnny. You stick to that
You like
storyline
this?
right there.
You like
yeah,
this?
we're going there. We're going there.
so
Stick
okay.
with Dexter in the chat.
Dexter's like, yes, yes.
So okay, KJ Marsh. Let's talk about. So what happened with that? So did you got a call from Tony to what? Hey, come hang out with us because at one
No,
time.
no. That's no. It was not a come
No,
hang out.
I'm asking.
Yeah. So this is what happened. By the way, that was one of the funnest scenes ever. That whole scene was amazing. So
Don't hurt
Streets.
Smitty's feelings.
It
here.
was good RP. It was really good RP.
Streets calls me. He calls me. And he's like, hey, KJ, this is Streets. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Do I know who you are? And he's like, no, but I work with Smitty, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I need to talk to you. And so I'm thinking, okay, I'm in trouble. I've done something, I'm in trouble, whatever. He's like, where are you at? And I'm like, I'm at the casino. And he's like, well, stay right there. We're coming to talk to you. And so my whole mindset is, okay, I'm in trouble. I've gotten caught, with something, whatever. Or my life's in danger, whatever. So I stay there. They roll up. Messer rolls up and he's like, get in the car, get in the car, get in the car. And I'm like, oh my, they're screaming at me. So I get in the car and they take off driving. And that was when Messer's like, hey, do you want to make things right between you and me? And I'm like, I'm all ears or whatever. And he's like, will you kiss my boy Streets? And I'm like, no, not. And he's like, come on. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. So they drive me to the a parking garage, and we get out of the car and we walk up to this like ramp area, and it's me and Streets up there, and Messer steps back with his phone. I don't see his phone up. And
Mm-hmm.
Street starts inching a
He
little
takes the
closer.
picture.
And he kisses me, and I push off of him, whatever, and then I whoop him. I whoop Streets, and then I turned around and came back and whooped Messer. And then they left me at the top of the parking deck.
Left you all alone.
They left me out there.
And there was something else I was trying to think. So that was, okay. So tell me a little bit about the storyline with Tiff, right? Wasn't there some storyline there?
So after all that happened, I don't even remember what happened, how we got in with Tiff, but the crap talking had started. So
Sure.
Smitty was talking crap to Messer. Messer was talking crap to Smitty. Tiff joins in. She's like, well, I'm going to take care of KJ kind of thing. So I show up and I got whooped.
Okay. So it was
Exactly
but they also called like KJ down there by herself, right? They're not going to call Smitty and KJ.
No, Smitty was there already.
Smitty was already
there.
Okay.
Messer was there. Streets was there. They were all there already and called me over there.
I got you.
Child.
Exactly what she deserved. I'll tell you right now. She deserved that ass whooping.
And that's the same night that Streets dropped me off a bridge.
Yeah.
Common thing here.
Nobody in LSPD can ever say nothing about me and my antics. Streets puts people in jacuzzis to die, drops them off bridges to die.
Who's
I don't
that?
even want to hear.
Who's
Huh?
that? Who did he put in the jacuzzi to die?
Me,
Bobby.
remember? And nobody did a damn thing about it. I'm still pissed.
And I got dropped off a bridge.
So here we go. We're gonna be pissed all night.
The take handcuffs off of me. Hey, Smitty, I'm gonna get these cuffs off of you as I'm dangling over a bridge. And and I heard him at the corner of I heard him as I followed him. He said, "Stupid." He unhandcuffed. I was like, "Stupid," and then there I go. So nobody can ever say nothing about me and my antics just because I beanbag somebody because they look at me the wrong way. Don't ever say nothing to me about that.
Let's talk about Dexter and Dylan searching Smitty's house, because Dylan's kind of been a common theme here with KJ too. There was one night that I think I was riding with Smitty. We pull up to Smitty's house and KJ is in the yard with Dylan with no shirt on.
No, that was freaking Steve-O. That was punk.
Steve. That was Steve.
That little punk. That little punk gets out of the car and just starts stripping, just taking his clothes off. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
So we pull up, Smitty. And then how did the gang members show up?
They come up there every time somebody's
Every
on.
time.
They're like, we own this street. I heard gunshots, or I saw people. We own. I'm like, if you don't get your purple ass out from my house, I'm gonna kill you myself.
Parking their cars in my house, right?
Yeah.
They could go park in front of their own house, but they're parking in front of my
They're the nosiest gang in the city, bro. I'm telling you, they are.
Anything happens, we have a whole audience. They're just watching us. The
whole
whole
stream.
gang is just watching us.
We need to make that road a gated community to where they cannot come down it.
Hey, I wonder if we could put a gate with a code. Beep, beep, beep.
We
You gotta
need
have a
to.
code to get in.
Every time you
We
pull in,
need
just
it.
lay down spike strip.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
KJ would be the only person that had to code.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so Dexter, why are we searching Smitty's house with Dylan? Because Dylan's not a cop. Dylan's the newsman.
Little unprofessional, especially for the training
The
coordinator.
newsman.
Or you want me to stay in the RP about this, or be like the real backstory behind this?
You give me the real backstory behind it.
So, I play Crim sometimes with Marsh too on my other character, and we've got to know each other a little bit, and I've chit chatted and really talked about pushing this RP, getting it going, and we were talking about it. So, she had mentioned something one time that wasn't when she was not streaming, that gave me just a little bit of information to say that she was taking things out of Bobby's house that I had put there. I was building guns from the armory, taking them to Bobby's house because I'm that kind of a nice of a friend. And they were missing, and Bobby had not gotten them. So it was Johnny, Nordy, Smitty, Bobby, KJ that had keys to the house, and me.
Why has KJ got keys to your house, Bobby? Or is this
She
like
was my interior designer.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I had moved
Yeah.
some to your house, Johnny.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
she doesn't
that's
have
how
keys to
she-
my house, by the way.
Right. And they stayed. And all the same people that have access to Bobby's house have access to your house outside of KJ.
Right. Okay.
So in that conversation, there was some hints that she may be using Smitty's house to keep stuff at, and also sending him very large sums of money, like $200,000 and $300,000 at a time.
Let's just be real. I've never sent Smitty over 100. Smitty has sent me 300,000. Does anybody want to question him on that much?
I had because you sent it to me.
No, no.
So
If you've never sent over 100 at one time, then it was like 100 one day, 100 the next day, 100 the
Yeah.
next day, 50 the next day. So however you want to say it,
Mhm.
whatever. I'll be
So
right
the
back.
whole scene happened with, Smitty and wanting to get all ticked off at me. So I walk up to the front of LSPD and Smitty just walls off and starts beating absolute yard by mess out of me. And that RP went a lot faster than what I had been physically prepared to do, if you can get where I'm going with that.
Mhm.
So I had to improvise really fast to keep that going because they're both in the middle of streaming and RP was good, chat was loving it. I'm trying to keep it going, and what I had wanted to make it look like did not happen exactly the way I wanted it to, and Smitty started this whole I planted it stuff instead of going along with the storyline that it was actually in the closet and I pulled it out of the closet because they were more worried about Nordy's sock underneath the bed than the
You let Nordy
suitcase full
spend the
of
night
cocaine.
one
We
night.
figured out that was actually your sock, Dexter.
You let Nordy
Oh.
spend the night one night. He's got a sock standing up underneath the bed.
I saw that TikTok yesterday and I busted out laughing.
Did you know we were talking about that before? You saw the
So
TikTok?
I was streaming the other day
Oh,
and people kept talking about my sock. I'm like, what? So I ignored it.
Yeah.
I had
yeah.
no clue what they were talking about.
People
I saw
have
that
said it
TikTok
tonight.
yesterday.
let's go.
That was great.
That's great.
Their comment that says one night is all it took.
Yep. Yep. Oh, that's good.
So daggum good.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
Anyway, it didn't go the way that I had wanted everything to go in the background to make it work the way that I wanted to work, but now everybody hates Dex.
Jay Moore, he's working on that.
Welcome to my life. Everybody hates KJ too, so.
There's a good reason
Yeah.
behind that.
Oh man. Okay, so we've worked our way through the KJ stuff, and so do you have anything? I know you do. You run crim. Do you still run crim on Janey Jo? Like have you got any like long RP going on with that?
Not really with Janey Jo. She just kind of goes.
Okay.
It's not anything crazy.
Okay. Well, let's transition out of RP. People want to know about you. They're like, we know everybody here. Tell us about Marsh. All right. So tell us about yourself. You don't have to share as much as you want to or as little as you want to, but tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is the person behind Marshmallows, the streamer, and KJ and Janey Jo, and soon to be Leo, maybe?
Hopefully. I'm waiting patiently. So I'm Marsh. My real name is Allie. That is my real name. So Allie is my real name. I'm not KJ. I'm Allie. That's my real name. I am a college softball coach. I used to be a teacher. And now I coach college softball. I'm an assistant. I'm not a head coach, but a lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot. I do not sit at my computer all day long. There's a lot of other stuff I like to do. I love to be outside and go camping and be in the mountains. I am married. I have a husband. We have no kids. But he's a good one. I met him in college and we've been together almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years on Friday.
That's awesome.
We've been together a while. But yeah, he's super supportive of my streaming. He wishes I was a little bit less loud when I stream. But yeah, he's a good one. So I am married and You know, I don't play video games all day. I do enjoy it though. I like to play games. I like to have fun. I like to make other people laugh. That's definitely the goal when I'm playing in city or when I'm out in the world. So it's a little bit about me.
Yeah, cool. So tell me this. So I guess obviously bridging the gap means something to you. And when people see it, you know, like like personally, what does that mean to you? Like how has that impacted you personally?
So that was definitely another big reason I wanted to join TARP was that it is so much more than a video game. You know, I mean, it's great to play a video game, but to actually have purpose behind playing that video game is a lot cooler. Obviously, you know, the first thing you think of when bridging the gap is to bridge the gap between police officers and community. That's definitely the first thought you think, and that is very important to me. But I also think bridging the gap is, you know, bridging the gap between different types of people, whether they have disabilities, you know, it doesn't really matter what they might have going on, but bridging the gap, kind of bringing people together, laughing and having good cause to fight for. And so I think bridging the gap is a lot more than just the police and community thing. I think that's very important,
Sure.
and I think it's great, but I also think it's a lot more to that.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people have used that as a mantra to, you know, there's always going to be people that are diametrically opposed. So how can we bring those people that may never believe the same things together and say, listen, you got more in common than you don't. Okay.
Right.
So I think that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
So okay, so tell us about future for you personally. Do you see yourself coaching softball in the long run? Like, what's your do you ever plan on streaming full time? Like, what are your aspirations for the future?
So I did hear Bobby say this one time, and I thought it was really good. I think somebody asked Bobby if he was going to full-time stream, and he said he loved his job. And I truly do love my job very much. And streaming allows me to be able to love it even more because it allows me not to have to worry so much financially. That is not why I stream at all, but it helps with being able to be a college coach and not have to worry so much financially about doing it. I would love to be a head coach at the college level. That is definitely the goal for me.
Okay.
So I would love to do that. I mean, if one day I get in stream full time, I think that would be awesome. That's something I never really thought would be in the cards for me, but if I'm able to do it, I think that would be really, really cool. It would be super awesome to be able to do that. But I do love what I do. I definitely love coaching. I love teaching, but to be able to just focus on coaching and not have to worry about teaching is super, super cool.
Yeah, chat says I absolutely love Marsha's energy as a streamer, as a person, and her characters. And that's the thing. I think one thing that shows through, and like people are drawn to you initially, is like there are people who off the rip who can kind of share their emotions with everybody. You know, you can see the positivity, you can see the good energy coming from people initially, and you've got that. And I think that's what kind of draws people in. So yeah, go ahead, Smitty.
Does your kids that you coach, do they know that you are a streamer?
No, I will say, so I don't know if they know I stream. There were 2 girls on the team, which they were probably the 2 that I would want to know over any of them. They did find my TikTok. And I was super embarrassed. Not because I'm ashamed of it at all, just because, you know, it's different. I mean, you know,
You're trying to be serious and coach them and teach them and mold their mind, and then you're like,
"Howdy-ho, I'm Janey Jo."
"Howdy-ho, I'm Janey Jo." They're like, "What the?"
So, and I didn't have.
I get it. Like,
What are
I
the-
mean, when the sheriff's office found my TikTok, and that was whenever I was doing stupid skits, like trying to be like the redneck NASCAR stuff, like being funny. It spread like wildfire in the sheriff's office, so you can only imagine. I had a few people was like, "I love it, man." I'm like, I watch it every night, and then I had a few people that, whatever, but like it spread around like wildfire. So
Yeah.
I know the position that you're in. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to that, I
Got
know
nothing to
it.
be ashamed of.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
That's awesome.
It's
When I started,
go ahead.
I'll say this and I'll let y'all go real fast. But when I started growing, like as a streamer, like you said, God, I'm kind of embarrassed. When I started growing as a streamer is when I didn't give a damn.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally that simple. When you put away like, oh, I'm embarrassed, When you just don't give a damn, that's when you grow.
Yeah.
But go ahead. So you had nothing to be embarrassed about, by the way. But go ahead.
Katrin says, do it for Terry.
That's
She,
exactly right.
she saw all those.
That's exactly right.
She saw them old NASCAR posts.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing is like that's something we can all, we all come from different walks of life. So Nordy, Smitty, Dexter, y'all are all Leos. I almost called you Brent. Sorry. Y'all are all Leos. And then, us three, like we're just like in the public world, and so it's hard to be like, when somebody does sneak up on you and go, hey, saw something on TikTok. you were tagged in it in TikTok, or Bob, both of y'all have your own like TikTok accounts, and you're going like, it's hard to explain,
Not me. I tell them I'm an internet cop. So try me. That's what I tell them. Try me, bro. I'm an internet cop. You think I'm worried about you? I'm telling you.
And y'all know he says it too.
Oh, he definitely
The reason
says
that
it.
we're all laughing because exactly he says it out
Yeah,
loud.
he says
No,
it.
I don't care. I've had people at work. They may be watching now, and they all love it. I mean,
Yeah.
they love it. I mean, I had an engineer come up, and he was looking at me all funny. I'm like, what are you looking at, goober? Like, was staring at me, And then the next day he came in and he's like, dude, you're on TikTok. You stream with Smitty and Messer and all. I'm like, yeah, you're dadgum right. I am. Yeah, let everybody know. Bobby Ray Gray, all platforms. You know what I mean? Like,
Give some subs.
Yeah, help me out.
Oh,
It is kind of wild, man, when you start seeing people notice you like that. It really is, man. Like, I was at a Gamecock basketball game, and this dude kept sitting right in front of me. He kept, I mean, this is, he's like my age or a little bit older, grown man, and he's like, kept looking. Like, what the hell is this dude looking at?
what's he looking at?
And finally, he's like, "Are you Smitty on Twitch?" Like, yeah. I was like, "Yeah," and then it ended up being a really good conversation and stuff. But it is it throws you off guard. You're like, "What are these people goddamn looking at?" You know what I mean?
You're like, why is it? Because you are in your normal element at work, and you're like,
Yeah.
it's you still think about streaming and stuff, but it's like you're
Yeah.
focused, and then people are looking at you funny. I'm like, you trying to fight right now? Like,
Bobby, did you really
What's
tell
going on?
somebody you were an LSPD officer in real life?
yeah, I told the cop that pulled me over, I got a ticket. I asked for professional courtesy.
I mean,
I was like, come on, man.
he works for LSPD.
I need some professional courtesy. I'm just like you. I'm just an internet
I'm
cop.
an internet cop.
Former BCSO. You know what I mean? Like,
I've been through the academy, man. I get that, bro. I'm
well,
actually still in the
started out at
academy.
the prison. Started out at the prison, and then worked my way to the road.
Yeah, I understand. I've had a long road through
That's
TARP.
true.
Man. You don't get that.
That's true.
I was a corrections officer, worked my way up. I went to BCSO, man. That was terrible out there. I transferred over to LSPD. I'm a captain now.
Bobby, did you ever send that guy something?
Not yet. I just got the hats in, so I'm getting everything together. I'm gonna send him
I
something.
told him it's going to be an absolute dub. I told him to send the cop that gave him his first speeding ticket. I said, you send him something that you got to say, because the agency, when they get it, it's going to spread like wildfire over that agency, and it's going to be so daggone funny. It is,
They're gonna be like,
because
"Who
you're gonna
is
have
this guy?"
you're gonna probably gonna have them come in and be like, wait, this guy's on Twitter. Who's this? And they're gonna come be like, hey, I was the guy that gave you your first speeding ticket. And it's gonna be a great conversation in Twitch that day. I'm telling you.
I might yell at him because it was a lot more than I thought it was gonna be. Like after that, I was like, dude, he was so cool. He knocked it down. They're like $183. I'm like, you gotta be kidding.
When you said that, I thought, oh, it'll be $42. I was like,
That's what I googled it and it says $25 fine. I was like, dude, that ain't bad. I appreciate you, pal.
Seatbelt ticket.
$183.
Court
I was like,
costs.
you gotta be
Restitution.
kidding me.
Restitution got him.
Well, I mean, there was a whole bunch of emotion. So I was trying to donate money for Wiggum,
That's right.
and it would not go through. It was like just being funny, and I'm driving down the interstate, so I'm breaking numerous laws, right? I'm like trying to send it in, and then next thing I know, because I'm usually pretty good at sniffing them out, being an internet cop myself, I can usually know their hiding spots and stuff. And so I'm just cruising, and next thing I know, I look up, and I'm just about to throw my phone out the window, and there he is. I was like, dang it. I looked at Barbara, I said, we're going to prison. And I pulled over, and he cut me that citation, you know what I mean? And I do not condone texting and driving. It's bad, but I wasn't texting. I was donating.
Oh,
Don't do
man,
that either.
That's funny. Bobby, do you remember the fireworks gun you pulled out and shot Ling Ling with?
No, I don't remember
No,
anything about a
don't remember.
firework. I've never
heard
used
that
a
one.
firework.
Never heard
You
that
know
one.
what? You know what's crazy about this is, and I think it's funny, and I'm just sitting back like not saying nothing. is that Bobby gets so much shit about this fireworks thing because he did it one time. But I think it was Ling Ling or somebody
I'm
else.
going to tell you, if
was
anybody else
robbing-
would have done it, Smitty, you'd have been sold out in the ticket. They would have said, I saw Smitty do it.
Yes.
But me,
Dude,
I just ate it. I ate it. I said, well, I was just an idiot.
that is
I'm
true.
sorry. I won't do
That
it
is
again.
true. Dude, somebody was robbing a store and I come in with that firework, like, boom. I'm like, come on, baby. And then never a word. But they're all like, Bobby used a firework gun, and here goes Smitty with somebody robbing a store. I just going and blast it.
And I mean, when I say, you know, when Dad says I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed, that I got that for about a week and a half out of Tony. I'm not mad. I'm just really disappointed in your action. I'm like, oh, here we go. I wanted to be like, look, here's a clip from Smitty doing it. Why ain't anybody talking to him? He's the one I learned it from.
That is so funny.
I think nobody's ever said nothing, and I don't know if I was the first. Well, did I do it before you, Bobby? Or are you just saying that?
No, you did it before me, and I was like, damn, that worked pretty good. And so then I did it at a jewelry store robbery, and boy, did the poo hit the fan. And I walked up, and they were like, I was like, and they all went down. I was like, case closed. Wrap it up.
Oh my
The
God.
thing is,
Now clean this mess up, boys.
Smitty's got a good excuse. I just pressed my gun button and I pulled it out and shot. Somebody put it in my pockets. Bobby's like, no, I intentionally got it off some dude.
Dude, I'm always honest.
I know
I'm
what
always
Johnny's
honest.
talking about. I know what Johnny's talking about. That was the second time I did it.
Yeah.
I'm always honest, man. Tony's called me before. He's like, were you driving down the interstate in a pursuit shooting out the window with an Uzi? I'm like, yes. He's like, why? Why? I'm like, I had just confiscated an Uzi. They're shooting at me with an Uzi. I figured that was better than my, 9mm out the window. I said, IRL, I do the same thing. I'm a construction worker, though. But if I had just confiscated an Uzi and somebody's shooting at me with an Uzi, I'm using the Uzi rather than my sidearm all day.
That's so
All
good.
day.
Bobby,
Yeah.
Bobby, hashtag not in my eyes.
Yeah, hashtag not in my eyes. I didn't see it.
Reba says, I
And you
need to
gotta
know.
think.
Go ahead, Smitty.
Go ahead. I was like, you got to think. This is the way me and Bobby kind of come up. This is how the Bash Brothers was formed. I think the very first time we rode together, Bobby's in the passenger seat. I'm driving. There's a guy on a motorcycle. We're chasing. Bobby hits him with a taser out of the daggum car. He falls off the motorcycle. I run him over. I mean, that's just the way we come up, and that's just the
And then
way
we got out
roll,
talking
baby.
smack, and it was like, yeah,
Yeah.
good
Show
partnership.
up and shut her down.
Shut her down. So
That was, hey,
That's what we did. Hey, that's what we did tonight too. Our very first call, we go to help Berg. They're chasing. They can't catch this guy. Me and Bobby legit shows up, beats, tackles a guy, kind of whips him for a second, handcuffs him. You're like, all right, boys, on to the next one.
Clean it up. We're out of here.
you
It's
didn't,
like riding a bike. We just hop right back into that mindset.
you didn't use the taser because that thing don't work no more.
Didn't use
believe
the
me,
taser.
We tackled it.
Ask,
We tackled
ask
it.
Dexter about last night. I'm like, shoot this guy.
Johnny.
Shoot this guy off the bike. 14 shots later, we still ain't hit him.
True story.
So good.
Anxious Taco needs to be timed out.
So
Bobby,
good.
Bobby Reba said, I wonder if Barb thinks Bobby's funny because I really think Bobby is hilarious.
She hates it.
Does Barb, she definitely hates Up Down. I know that much.
I think she's liking it. She designed the shirt.
No, she did design the shirt.
I think she's just full of crap, kind of like Dex.
She's
when it
warming
comes
up
love
to
for
it.
KJ.
Oh, I got you.
I asked to leave a while ago.
And we said no. Sit there and be quiet and take your beat.
Janey Jo says Janey no.
Oh, yeah.
What's
Yeah,
that
Bobby.
about?
Bobby can't even use a beanbag gun anymore, but Smitty shoots everyone all the time. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
I do. Here's
That
a
was
funny
another
story.
no moment.
Here's a
You
funny
need to get rid of the
story.
shotgun.
Yeah, I had a daggum chase with Dan Pan the other day, about a week ago. Long story short, Dan walks into the jail and he kind of runs for a second. I'm like, okay. Well, he runs to the front office right there and he sits down in a chair. My dumb self, I'm like, I got this beanbag. Boom! He's in handcuffs sitting in a chair. I just bust his ass out with a beanbag in LSPD. And then like I was like, it's late at night, everybody's asleep, they ain't gonna see it, whatever. I sent that clip to my editor because I was wanting to make a YouTube video. He's not making a clip out of it, and he puts that in there. So I told Bobby, I said, oh boy. I said, somebody's gonna get pissed at this when I post it. I ain't heard a word about it.
Tyler Head's right. Tyler Head said because Bobby pissed off all of the Teal gang with the beanbag gun because they're trying to murder me, and I couldn't switch weapons, so I'm beanbagging every one of them while they're shooting me with real guns. I'm like, And they just keep getting up, and I'm like, and I'm like trying to retreat. I'm yelling for help.
Did you shoot him through car windows and everything?
I didn't give a shit where the beanbag went. We weren't going to stop that. They're trying to murder me. Talk about fearing for my life. I was beanbagging the hell out of anything and everything. That's good RP if you ask me.
Oh, somebody said earlier, Bobby is the definition of full send.
Oh, dude. I was beanbagging. They had ARs at me. I'm like,
But I'm telling
chugging
you,
and roll it.
some of these people in chat hadn't saw the real Bash Brothers back in the day,
Yeah.
like before Bobby's stream when he had that other job.
Before
and
tickets were got you banned.
yeah, and like I mean, Bobby was up at 1, 2 a.m. with me. We really threw some shit down. I mean, I'm telling you right now,
Wow.
we shut her down for a show.
My first ticket was with y'all, and I remember laying in bed that night going, guess that's how we end it. Guess that's how it goes out.
This is how our friendship's gonna end. I mean, listen. In the grand scheme of things, we probably ruined a lot of RP for other people, and we didn't care.
But my
I
thing
didn't
is,
care if you had a bad night or not. Yeah, I wasn't worried, and that's not a good way to RP. We needed to back it down a little bit.
but I will back us on this. We will sit there and shut the shit down, but we won't hammer them with a jail sentence.
That's true.
Like if you're supposed to get 80 months, I'll probably give you 20, unless you're being an IRL turd. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna cut you a break. 79. Here you go, brother. Bye. You know,
My favorite thing is driving up on a shooting and just. Right, we're done here. We're done here.
That's the best part.
Because I would do that at a mall IRL if there's a shooter. You're eating the front end of my truck. I don't care. And I'll get out and be like, I'm going to work. Clean this shit up. Bash brother out.
Oh, God.
Nordy and I had it happen
LSPD on
yesterday.
top.
What did we get yelled at?
Curry,
Trying to shoot this guy because he stole my car. Well, you found out. You're eating the front of the Charger. I hate it for you.
Curry says, so when my twins were born, wife in full-blown labor, and I was watching the original Bash Brothers stream while she was in labor.
It's going to be a good kid.
Gonna be a good kid.
It's going to be a good kid.
Oh, man.
That's
Well,
so awesome.
Marsh, thank you for joining us. Thank you for
having me.
listening to the antics and letting us reminisce OG for a little bit to kind of catch you up on Smitty's antics. So, people are asking, where's this going? Where's this going with KJ and Smitty? Where's this going with Dexter and KJ? Where's this going with Bobby and KJ? We'll just have to see. We don't know.
KJ's done with
nobody
me.
knows.
I've already revoked her keys and she's done.
Oh, so she's not in your house anymore?
No, you're not going to rob on me.
Oh, keys revoked.
I got a new interior designer. Y'all know
Hey,
that.
hold on. Hey, let's get something out now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Because I think I don't know the amount.
God.
I don't know the amount, but I think that KJ told me that Bobby paid her $50K to do it, and Bobby's like, I didn't pay her a dime. What's the
No, I
truth
paid her.
here?
No, I paid her.
It was
I told you I
100K.
paid
He
her.
gave me
It was
100K.
100,000.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I
Okay.
thought you were with me. Somebody
Really
was with
am an
me.
interior decorator. I don't know why you don't
Not
believe
anymore.
that.
Not for me. No, you lost that. You robbed from me, you lose your job.
Hey, I'm not giving up on that yet.
Well, hide and watch.
Hey,
Listen,
hide and
you
watch.
can't use this information.
I'm
not
on Dex's team.
I'm
I
not
could
giving
use
up yet.
whatever. I'm always metagaming. Johnny's good. Any chance I get to metagame, I'm doing it.
where's the button? Where's the button?
Johnny, you have the
We
button,
need a
buddy.
delay in here. We need a 10-second delay for now on.
I'm metagaming like crazy. You give me a chance to metagame, it's over with. I'm on Dex's team.
Oh, that's funny. So yeah, KJ is a good interior decorator. If you're in city, you know, you may want to look her up, give her a call.
I wouldn't use her.
She's in the.
She'll steal from you.
She's in the,
She has no
it's
good
not my
reviews from
fault
me.
you forgot to revoke the keys, Dingaling. I
Sorry
mean,
for trusting you. I should have known better. Should
Hashtag
have known you were a
confession.
sly dog.
Metagame that.
Yeah, I'm metagaming that. If you guys see a good review for KJ as an interior designer, you'll know.
I'm just gonna call
It's both.
Bobby and tell him I got a bigger TV for his house, and then I'll be keys right back. to
He'll-
it.
he'll let you in.
Here's what
I'll
you
hang
need to
it
do, KJ.
myself.
You need to go get a girlfriend, and that needs to be Bobby's first wedding in city. Go hook Bobby up with a good one.
Bobby's
Go
first
hook
wedding
Bobby
in
up with a
city.
good one. Yes.
Respectfully, I will never, ever,
Respectfully.
ever.
Go get him a good
says-
one. Go
he
get him a
says
good one.
respectfully.
Respectfully.
Oh man,
Somebody said Tony says is Nordy okay? He has he has no reaction.
Nordy, give us but before we,
Nordy's holding on because there's a tornado coming. He's about to get blown out of here in a minute.
Nordy almost died 7 times.
Nordy, are we
tonight.
boring you?
I like how he looked in the camera like
He's just a little pissed he wasn't able to get his cheese curds because there was a damn tornado warning.
Culver's had to close early.
Culver's closed at noon. I couldn't get my cheese curds
I'm
for
sure
dinner.
Culver's is still going strong right now.
Oh man, Nordy, give us an update. You're good to go? Are you all clear from the weather?
No, I'm sure there's more coming.
There's more to come.
Now, how are things going with you and your girlfriend?
Fine.
All right, good. Thanks, Nordy, for all your information. We appreciate you, man. I feel like we're brothers.
Yeah.
I know so much about you.
I can't wait to get her on the podcast and do an interview with her. That's going to be awesome.
Don't hate on the cheese curds.
Nordy says no. Nordy says no.
Nordy, we're gonna get the lady on the podcast.
No.
No, negative. Okay.
Hold on. Can I ask chat one thing?
Sure.
Because I know, chat, if you were in here for a shot at love the very first time, do y'all want more shot at love? Do y'all want more episodes of a shot at love? And I'm just curious on what chat wants here. I just
Dirt Racing says we need to get the wives on the podcast. So a spouse podcast. Everybody says yes, 100%, definitely.
Dude, I think that would be absolutely lit if we just set them up and walked away and let all the wives just talk.
I don't.
I think it'd be awesome.
I want my attorney.
I think it'd be awesome.
That might turn into a vent session. You guys
That's
realize
what I'm
that.
saying. That is great content right there.
Can
Let
you
'em
believe
talk.
they're on for 6 hours a night? This is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, I'm sure that's exactly how the conversation went in Memphis.
Not for me. I'm on a strict time schedule. I know who wears the pants around here, and it's her. If you're not in bed by 10 o'clock, okay, podcast night's different, but not now. No, sir. What are you doing down there? I'm just kidding. She's sleeping right now. I wouldn't be talking this smack behind her. In front of
With
her.
her there, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Is she walking down the stairs or like trying to get a good view of it? Okay. So we're going to work on Shot at Love. It needs to be, we want to have it a little bit more organized than we have been. Cause you know, the last few episodes we've just been sitting and waiting. So to get that going, we do want to have a little bit more organization to it and be able to have people lined up and ready to go so that we're not like, hey, Susie, hop in. Susie, come on. We're waiting on you. You know, that's, you know, that is what it is.
We just want to make it more cleaner so it's not just a absolute poop shoot.
Yeah, for 2 hours, us asking people to join up in the
I think Kylie's
show.
talked to Barb because she says Bobby's computer turns off at a certain time. When I took down the Christmas decorations, she used the timer for the lights, and it's hooked up down here for the plug.
I was wondering, that's why your computer went out?
Yeah, she
timer.
messed it
Tick,
up.
tick,
Yeah,
tick,
so I had to
tick.
fix that yesterday.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
That's pretty smart. That's pretty smart right there.
I told her she needs to go work with Nordy. She'd make a good prison guard.
Oh
I'm
man.
just kidding.
Well, let
y'all
me
script it or wing it. Most time it get the shot at loves. Most time it gets winged. I mean, we try to get people to apply that they know they're coming on that night, but most time it's just kind of wing it. That's why we're trying to get it more not scripted, but more organized,
Just lined out, organized. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we don't ever script anything. So,
yes.
let me finish up here. Big Deuce with the Prime subscription. Thank you, Taryn Ross
Speaking of.
with the 5 community subs. Thank you for that. We greatly appreciate it. Country Dad with the resubscription for 4 months. And then JoJo, who's already been gifting out subs, gifted another one tonight. We thank y'all so much for that. We greatly appreciate it. And I know, listen, people were complaining. We're trying to figure out a way to do it. I don't want you guys to go unnoticed. If you're spending your hard-earned money here, and I don't want to speak over the guests. So we're trying to figure it out. Bear with me. I know we had some people in the chat saying, well, we can't hear what's going on. It is what it is. There are people in here that are spending their hard-earned money to hang out with us and to watch us and to support this page and also let you watch it ad-free. And so we're trying to figure out a way to make that work while also do, you know, a solid interview. So bear with us as we do that. And then we've got next week is going to be a hangout. So bear with us. Come hang out with us on Tuesday night. I talked to Tony today. He said he's going to try to hop in with us, and so we'll have the crew back together next week. So Y'all come hang out with us. We're going to keep this going. Ladies and gentlemen, Dexter with 5 gifted subs. Thank you, Dexter. We appreciate that, buddy. And so next week we're gonna have the crew together. So make sure you come and hang out with us. Last but not least, Marshmallows, thank you again for hanging out with us, putting up with our junk throughout the night, and we appreciate you being here and all that you do for TARP.
Can we get her a shout out really quick, just so because some people were asking? I tried giving out a shout out. Let me get that out.
Yeah, get us a shout out. Bets right there with another 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it. Bobby's a turd. Bob Ross comes in and cheers 100 bits. Yes, we thank y'all,
Thanks,
man.
Bob.
Dog. Thank y'all so much for that.
Not with the ladies in here.
Hayden comes in with 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We're about to shout out Marshmallows.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun tonight. It was a good one.
That's my real ass.
Acast, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Man, y'all just don't know how much we appreciate that. Y'all don't know how much we do. If y'all are coming in here and supporting us on this, like, we can't thank you enough. We cannot thank you enough.
Nobody's dying, dude.
Make sure y'all go follow Marsh. If you've not given her a follow, Marshmallows0123. Y'all are killed. What are y'all doing? We've hit the.
Bobby said that's my real ass.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, he did not. That's a recording. No, my
Last
God.
time I ever send you guys any good content.
Who put that on? Steven.
The last time you get any good content out of me.
Smitty, you all right over there, brother?
I can't. I'm crying now.
Oh me.
Play it one more time for the road.
One more time. We're closing it out. Thank y'all.